Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rob in Germany. Just walking in the woods today. Just seeing if we could see anything. We've had a lot of rain lately. It's rained for a couple days straight. Yeah, see these holes you're seeing, and those are for wild boar, or like Germans like to call them, Wildschweins, wild pigs. Wildschwein. Yeah, the W sounds like a V. But yeah, as you can see, nothing really. It turns me. To look to say, So backtrack. We had a fierce windstorm, and then it's been raining for about 2-3 weeks. So the ground is pretty much saturated. Everything is pretty much damp and wet, and at night stuff ices over. And as you can see in this tree, you can see where it's very old. As I say, stuff ices over. Ice brought that branch down. But we're gonna walk up this path and see what we find. See, it's older. We got some mold and moss or whatever that's growing on it. Let's see if I can find something. This path is used by people that like to come out with their kids. They like to come out with their dogs. There's a lot of human traffic in here. Yeah, see, look at that. You can tell that's totally natural. That was totally dry rotted. Look at that thing. And it's got termites and whatever else that was in there. Like I said, stuff's been really, really hyper damp, and then it freezes at night. We had wind and stuff just breaks. Now, I've been hearing a lot of chatter about, oh, Bigfoot, they can sense when you're coming. Well, if that's true, I purchased a couple things I'd like to go into detail about. Electromagnetic canceling suit. It sounds fancy, but it's really not. It's super simple. Everything gives off electricity. Anything that's a living, breathing organism, even these trees, they give off electricity. So what I'm assuming is that the master of the woods, if you would want to call him that, they can sense that. We don't know how well their eyesight is. We don't know how far they can see, if they're like dogs, or if they can see at night. They can see in color. Can they see ultraviolet? We don't know. So, what is good to know is that if you have one of these suits, your resonance, your electromagnetic, natural signature is masked. So yeah, again, like I was saying, everything has resonance. Everything gives off a signature of some sort, electromagnetic. If it's got some sort of life living organism, it's conductive electrically to a degree. So with this suit, you mask all of that. So if you come up on something and you're startled, animals can sense when something's scared. Why? They probably can feel that electromagnetic displacement that comes off your body. They probably can key in on that. And you're talking about an organism or a bipedal primate with DNA very similar to us. They don't need fire. It's just, they're so harmonically in tune with nature. You'd be stupid to think that they can't pick up on your electromagnetic frequency. So why am I talking about all of this, and what has this got to do with Bigfoot? Like I said, you're talking about something that's so in tune with the earth and doesn't use anything of our humanly technology or anything like that. So for years, they live amongst the wilderness as if they are one. So look, you can see every single one of these trees are straight up, except for the occasional tree that's limb that's broken down. But for the most part, you don't see any movement. You don't see anything out of place. There's a tree hunter stand right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. Then down here ways, there's another one. So there is human activity. So if I were to say, oh, that's got to be from something, the first thing I'm going to say is there's human activity. There's got to be human involvement. So at one point or another, it looks like there was a bridge here. Like, this is just tell you the years of dry rot. Check this out. Look at that. This has been here for a long time. That is a tree that recently fell during a windstorm. Check that out. This is recent. That whole half side came right up. Look at that. Right there. Bang. Look at that. That's brand new. Oh, yeah. And you can see here's a walking trail. Look at that. That's what we call widowmaker. If you're walking up this trail, right up there. Split right there. So we're going to walk a little bit further. I don't know how far this goes back. But it's really nice being out here right after the rain, right after a lot of stuff. There's a hawk. Hear him? There he goes. It's a little creek. Yeah, this is where that bridge was. Looks like it all dry rotted out. And you can just see for Yards and yards and yards and yards and yards. Across this tree. Across this little stream. So I've never been up this way. But I'm gonna keep going. Got a nice little hill going up. Like everything is open. I can see everything. You don't see none of the stuff that any of the other guys see in their videos. This is insane. So everything's natural. Again, like I said, it probably lends credit to the human foot traffic activity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trailblaze right up this hill. Right up here. I'm going to get to the top of this hill and see what I can see. So this is off the beaten path. Nothing. Gotta go up a little bit more. Looks like a trail that just wraps right up and around. I heard movement. Something's telling me I should go back this way. So here's the main trail, and I'm gonna blaze right through these trees. It just looks like a natural trail, doesn't it? Let's try it. Oh yeah, I'm seeing hoof marks. Wild pigs have been through here. They like to go with their snout and look for grubs and regenworms, earthworms. And this is definitely what they did. They tilled this all up. And we got some trees down here. There's a dead tree. It's probably everything from that dead tree right here came down. just opens up, guys. Look at this. It's a beaten path. You can see this thing. Look at this. Whew. Right up. I'm gonna walk right where there's nothing. Or at least I don't see anything. This isn't fair. I want to find some structures. Got a leaner. There you go. Now you can tell someone placed that there. Look at that. My first one. We're on to something, Mark. Our first one. Look at the different in coloration. It's two different branches. That is definitely not windstorm. There's your little bit of an X. Woodpecker. All right, my spidey senses are tingling. My spidey senses are tingling. It's a house down there. It gets thicker over in here. Don't see much of anything. Just a bunch of dead trees. And that's why my spidey senses were tingling. There was people on a track. I don't know if you can see them. Okay, that's just crazy how I sensed I was being watched, or I could sense some movement, and then I see people walking on a trail with a dog. If you can see them. There they go. They don't even see me. It's typical human. They're so involved in their own selves, they don't realize everything around them. Those are the types of people Mark tells us about all the time. They didn't even see where I'm at. I'm only 30 meters away from. I sensed them before they sensed me. Look at this. It's just like a natural animal path that I'm in. So look at that. And it just goes down and straight up. Can we do it? So Mark, that was that little creek. Remember you told me you wanted to follow up that creek? And I did, and I'm coming down this way. Look at that tree uprooted. I heard it again. We're going up. It's always good to be aware of your surroundings. Be cognizant of your environment. That's a cool, pretty carving, huh? Almost looks like the shape of Germany, almost. So I definitely don't have wet boots on. We're going up this way. Nice little tiny creek. Cool. The main trail, offside trail. It's fresh water. Comes right down. There's got to be a aquifer, like underground spring that pushes that stuff out. Like I said, we've gotten a lot of rain here. There's the hawk. Look at him, he's circling up there. I wish there was no glare. He's circling around. What are you warning me about, buddy? I don't know if you guys can see him. He's circling around. What are you warning me about? He's so vocal today. Absolutely nothing. What's back in there? You folks see this? We're gonna go right into there. I see a trail, and we're gonna blaze it. Am I stepping into a Bigfoot world? Sticks down. You've got a fresh water source. We're gonna cross that stream. I'm seeing some stuff on the other side. I'm excited. Here we go. Rob in Germany. I think I'm entering a Bigfoot world. For the first time, Mark. You said follow the creek. I followed the creek. See, Mark is not out there just steering us wrong. He knows what he's talking about. He's got years of experience with these things. And he tells you what to hone your senses on and what to look out for. And without Mark saying go further up that creek, I probably never would have went up the creek. I've never been back here. Hear that? Is that the lookout? You hearing all these screams going around me? You guys hearing this? Look at the structures. I finally see structures. You don't hear all this stuff? It got really loud. You could hear the birds, you couldn't hear anything. Now I'm hearing, like maybe they're mocking a dog, and maybe it is a dog, I don't know. Look at this. We got leaners. Finally. I see what Mark sees. Yes. Sticks off the ground running parallel. Your arc branches. Oh my God. Now, that is not from the windstorm. That was pushed. You guys, I think we're onto something. I'm looking for footprints. I am looking for footprints. This ground is hyper saturated. Here's another one. Pushed out, leaning up. Here's another one. Across the ground. Rob in Germany. We made a discovery. Mark, you're fucking awesome. Look at all this shit back here. Pardon my language, guys, but look at this. I am stoked. I found it. Okay, for any naysayers out there that might be saying, oh, maybe you did this. And yeah, dude, I'm not gonna fucking move this tree. Look at this. No fucking way. Wow. Oh my God, you don't hear this noise? They're all around me. And if you've been watching this video, there wasn't anything until I got into this area. Now you hear all this noise. I don't have waterproof shoes on, but if I were to look through here, this ground is hyper saturated. This would be the ideal soil to find footprints. And I'm now seeing the down trees looking like walking paths. I'm seeing stuff thrown inside the other trees, like in Mark's videos, where they're like field gold in there, making X's. I've got structures. This is awesome. Dude, I am so glad I am a part of this. I don't know how I fumbled upon Mark in the middle of the night one night. I couldn't go to sleep, and I was just thumbing through YouTube, and I came across his channel. Now look what I'm finding. Look way back in here. This is insane. I am on no trail. No trail. I just use my gut instincts to say, this looks like a trail. Watch my videos. Go back to the timestamps. Go back to the timestamps where you hear no sound, no animal, no nothing. Now I'm hearing it from all around me. All you could hear is the bird. I was zoomed in on the hawk. Look at this. That's not from the windstorm because that's been there. Oh my God. You hearing this? It's all around me. Hear that? Coming back from up in here. All on this ridge line. I feel like I'm being watched. Look at this. It's pushed right in here. So if I was a squatch, I could balance on this thing, get right up. Now I've got high ground. Oh my God, it's supporting my weight. I've always wanted to see if it could support your weight. I'm 6 foot, 190. It's supporting my weight like nothing. This is a lookout. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. I am stoked. I am stoked. I'm hearing noise. That thing's still howling. I don't know if it's a dog or mocking a dog. I saw somebody walking a dog and the people didn't even see me. So you look in this video, and I walked into an area where there's finally foliage and cover. Look at this. And everywhere I was walking, there was no foliage. Now I find, look, there's green shrubs. Did I just enter a Bigfoot world? It's dry, relatively. It's over here saturated. This could be a nesting ground, sleeping ground. There's a stick that looks like they can walk through and not get into the mud. This is insane. This is intense. Mark, you're awesome. What you're doing is not steering people right if they know how to listen. Yeah, it's one thing to judge. It's another thing to critique. It's another thing to try and weed out the hoaxes and everything. But there's just certain things where it's not a hoax. Look at this. This is awesome. This is awesome. If I go up here and I start hearing more of that dog howl thing, I know I'm onto something. Looks like something's been digging here. Look at this tree, straight up uprooted. That's insane. My first video where I finally have activity and movement. Something is here. It's definitely not wild pigs. Wild pigs don't make that noise. You hearing this? What's that up there? You ready, Mark? An X. I'm being watched. They got a dark structure right at the top of that X. The noise went away. It's a ways away. It's about 100 meters away from me. There you go. Now the video is not so pixelated. Just getting the camera some time to focus. Trying not to move too much. Everything went still. The noise went away. Hearing movement. Somebody there. Walking. Every time I said I'm hearing movement, I feel like I'm being watched. There's been somebody. You hearing that? My shoes are totally saturated. I should have been wearing boots. I wasn't expecting it to be this damp. We're gonna cross this creek to get back on the other side. I am awesome. This is awesome. Bigfoot World in Germany. I gotta get back.